Welcome back with another banger. It's the React Files. Hope you're having a good night. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So let's get straight to it.
From August 6th to August 9th of 1945, that's the day everything changed on our planet. That's when these aliens came. The dates I just mentioned is connected with USA and Japan with the nuclear weapons. Did you know that we was warned not to use these weapons? Before this war started, a group of aliens named the Pleiadians actually came to the United States and warned them never to use nuclear weapons because it will destroy everything in the universe. But the US did not listen to nothing these Pleiadians had to tell them. So after they used this weapon, guess what happened? Another group of aliens came to this planet right after the nuclear weapons was used, but these aliens was way more demonic. So that was the message that the Pleiadians was trying to tell people. If you use these weapons, it's so negative, it's going to draw in more negative life forms. And look what happened. Once these great aliens came here, they wanted our natural resources. And once we gave them our natural resources, which is us, because we are natural resources, these great aliens gave people fake technology. They only gave them technology that's going to hurt us, not help us. So when you hear about Area 51, UFOs crashing, this is not made up. These are real stories. Once you start doing your research on these topics, you will be mind blown once you realize that we was actually sold for technology. This is all connected to the Majestic 12. I believe Eisenhower was the president around that time. Eisenhower's granddaughter actually came out and was releasing secrets about what was really taking place with the UFOs. Okay, now let's get into the message or the warning they was trying to tell us before they used this weapon. What is destroying the universe? I know it's a lot of people that think space is fake. Space is not fake. The definition NASA gave us is fake. The universe worked like a radio station. So when the aliens came here to tell us that we're going to destroy everything in the universe, it's because every reality exists in the same space. You ever just been sitting in your house and it feel like someone walked in the room? You can feel some kind of energy, but you look around and you don't see no one. Someone is really there. It's another reality existing with our reality. We just can't see it. The universe works just like a radio station. All you have to do is change the channel and you can pick up another reality or a different frequency. So that was the warning. If you use these nuclear weapons, you will destroy other realities because it all exists at one time. You just gotta learn how to turn the channel. You could go up or down. That's what people mean when they say raise your frequency, raise your vibration. Raising your frequency is just turning the channel to the radio station. Go higher or lower, your choice.
Remember to always choose higher. Shout out to organic like us. Definitely got to look into that 12 for sure. It's first time really hearing of it.
Some of you might know me because of a story I broke last March concerning something called the Guardians of the Looking Glass. Basically, what we had here is a technology that was built which would give those people who operated that technology, of course, a huge advantage because they could see and view timelines within a stream, within a field. You know, the awareness of this technology came to us through a certain whistleblowers, and one of them was a guy by the name of Dan Burish, who went into some detail about how that technology was acquired. It starts at the end of the Second World War. It was the first time that the United States ever came into contact with certain ETs, you could say, who began appearing over the skies of the United States. And their appearance, again, was accompanied by crashes and captures of both the craft and the pilots piloting that craft. And it leads directly to the formation of the breakaway civilization, that which was created by one ultra secret society that was called Majestic 12. They who have ultimately come into possession of the looking glass material and time travel and other technologies ever since. So between 1947 and the early 50s, there were a series of crashes that took place, not just one, and they started the whole back engineering process. And they also had captured extraterrestrial beings. And the looking glass has ended up in S4 Area 51.
The program out at Area S4 consisted of 3 projects: Project Galileo, Project Sidekick, and Project Looking Glass. Project Galileo dealt with gravity propulsion. Project Sidekick dealt with a beam weapon that had a neutron source and was focused by a gravity lens. Project Looking Glass dealt with the physics of seeing back in time.
What they really discovered in principle is that the ETs are not really truly ETs. They're us from the future. They called them J-rods.
A long period of introduction into needing, say, an EVE, an alien. I call him J-Rod. Of course, that's what they call him, but that wasn't his, I don't know if that was his real name or not. That's the name that the linguist gave him. So he knew J-Rod.
Came from Zeta Reticuli, which is what we are going to colonize in the future. And they traveled back 52,000 and 45,000 years respectively.
Okay, yesterday you told us you traveled, and I quote, thousands of light years to get here. Gosh. So you're human.
To exactly before this time, before this event takes place, for different reasons. What they found was that there are three types of beings. There's two J-rods, which were called P-52s. The P-52s were for 52,000 years in the future, and the P-45s were from 45,000 years in the future. And the P-45s weren't interested in helping us. They were just here to harvest genetic materials which they had lost over the course of tens of thousands of years of exposure. The P-52s also returned because they came back and they were trying to tell us our consciousness can affect our timeline. Not just the timeline, but also cosmic events. They were trying to tell us that the cosmic event, which is about to happen, can be affected by our collective consciousness. It's going to play out in two ways. It could end up with a timeline that prevails that's an organic timeline, where mankind will begin to wake up and en masse, and that we will change the trajectory of that course by raising our consciousness, and then there's going to be some event, and our change in consciousness will actually set in motion a positive version of how that event affects us. We've heard about ancient civilizations like Atlantis or Lemuria or Mu, and they come and go. They always seem to end in some huge cataclysm or some destruction, some destructive event happens, society blows up. It's like a loop. Eventually it would have to crack that loop. So maybe here is the chance to actually break that loop. And the other timeline they were talking about that may prevail is this transhumanist timeline. Along comes 2022, and it's been like 10 years since the last Looking Glass whistleblowers had been out there talking about it, Dan Bush and a few others. But this suddenly appeared, this group calling themselves the Guardians of the Looking Glass. We are the Guardians of the Looking Glass. We're a group of former intelligence officers and military officials who have come together to release classified information about future events to come. Our knowledge comes from our work on the Looking Glass artifact, first discovered in Iraq. During this time, the artifact was activated by the US military and connected to computers. We were able to see dozens of future timelines and the convergent singularities that led to two possible outcomes by the year 2030. In one outcome, humanity awakens and the current order is dismantled, and an event occurs, and instead of this event being negative, it is a positive one. In the other outcome, the current structure remains in place. A nuclear war takes place along with many horrible events. Then the event occurs, and instead of being a positive event, it's a negative one. I'm going to talk about what we can do about it, and that's got to do with the positive timeline. We have opportunity here. The J-rods, they told us that basically they were talking about these two primary timelines. That there is a future where a possibly pole shift related environmental catastrophe is averted and does not happen. And relative to this different timeline, the future that generated the J-rods as we know them will never evolve from our own, and we have taken a new path. So in this timeline, which also the Guardians saw, there is a probability of that happening, and so they talk about that as well. If the post-global pole shift environmental catastrophe does not occur, the benefits could be to alternatively produce a human consciousness, liberating evolutionary leapfrog, and a level of enlightenment among the masses that will produce a new set of future timeline trajectories that will compassionately steer the course of humanity into a virgin future of untold beneficial futures and heights, and in fact fulfill the original evolutionary directive to evolve consciousness of humanity to its optimum potential as future creative agencies in the universe. These messages that we got from these J-Rods decades ago are trying to reinforce that idea, and now we're starting to, maybe the reason this came up now is because we're kind of at that last moment where we could make it happen.
I've always heard of Project Looking Glass, but never knew exactly what it was until now. Thanks to Organic Like Us, I decided to look up the 12. I didn't expect to see all this. That was a mind bender.
Look at this, you guys. The Simpsons have done it again, y'all. The Simpsons have done it again. You guys remember all them whales, the sharks, the dolphins that were beaching? Yeah, check this out. Look at this. Look at this. They're telling y'all. Like, they're literally trying to come on land. I don't know if it's because the water's getting hot or anything like that, but they're literally telling y'all that the dolphins are trying to come on. Look at this. The Simpsons have done it again, right? They're literally telling us what's happening. And people seem to think it's like, you know, it's like they're tired of what the humans have been doing, right? Like eating all the fishes, destroying the oceans and the waters and the seas, right? Killing all the animals, right? Doing mukbangs with the animals, you know what I'm saying? Live animals, you know what I'm saying? So it looks like they are fed up because the dolphins are the protectors. They are literally protectors. Look at that. I bet you if they could come on shore, some people would not be here, y'all. I'm telling you, that's crazy. What do y'all think? Because y'all got to understand, we're in the age of Aquarius. The whole planet's waking up. There's a new consciousness on the planet right now, and animals are connected to the planet more than anybody, especially dolphins. So think about, maybe they are tired of the atrocities and the heinous crimes that people have committed, you know, amongst the oceans and the people and the animals in the oceans. That's just something to think about, you know. That's, you know, I'm thinking outside the box. But let me know what you guys think about this video. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Like, comment, and share for more videos like this. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. We in this shift, y'all. Let's get it. Peace in.
Shout outs to Conscious Juice. You know, dolphins are some of the smartest mammals on the planet. It could be that frequency from the anomaly, or it could be the Leviathan. Something's definitely going on.
Well, if you're a conspiracy theorist, this upcoming iOS 18 update might not be for you. And it needs to be talked about immediately, because how is nobody questioning this? I swear, humans are so easily entertained, it's actually scary. First of all, let's start off with the fact that while it might seem cool, your front-facing camera will allow you to use your device with your eyes. Yes, your eyes. Literally tracking them as they move. While this might seem cool for users with physical disabilities, you are literally capable, like it says here, of navigating through the elements of an app and use dwell control to activate each element, accessing additional functions such as physical buttons, swipes, and other gestures solely with their eyes. I think we're getting a little bit too advanced here, people. And if that's not sketchy, you will literally be able to lock any app. Yes, lock your apps and even hide them as well. So say goodbye to monogamy, ladies and gentlemen. But the biggest one yet is the fact that Siri is getting an extreme AI update, which will allow it to quite literally have access to everything in your phone, including your location, your text messages, see every single photo on your device as well, and even pick out via voice command a specific photo you have throughout your entire album to its most precise wording, such as asking Siri to find a specific photo from years ago with a specific individual. The good thing is the fact that right now, AI capabilities, as we know, will only be available on the iPhone 15 Pro, which I'm guessing people wouldn't want after hearing what's coming. I've seen the show The 100 and the movie Terminator, so I'm good, wink wink. But if this is for you, then so be it, go for it. After looking into Senate Bill 1409, I don't really know. Go ahead and do yourself a favor and go look into Senate Bill 1409. Then things get really interesting.
Shout outs to Beauty Marked. I don't know about that bill. You're gonna have to look into it. I'm not surprised that the 15 is gonna have that capability, especially with the release of the Apple Pro Vision. What if a person has a lazy eye? At the end of the day, I don't think there's such thing as the word privacy anymore.
They in the blue truck. Look at it. Oh, here they get outside. They just got smacked. Ooh! They on the way. Look, they going to chase them.
Whoa. Breathtaking. Karma is a B. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Looked like they still had the door open on the back passenger side, but that car was flying. I pray everybody was okay and no one was injured too bad. But bro.
A 64-year-old man has been charged with alleged voyeurism at one of Taylor Swift's concerts. The man was arrested at the Edinburgh show last weekend. Police confirm he has been released and will appear in court at a later date. This is a developing story.
Oh man, it all makes sense with the rumors that are being put out by Usher. Do you know who that is? We'll get to who she is here in a second, but just wait. Oh, it's definitely starting to make sense. As you can see, this is A$AP Rocky right here, right? It's definitely starting to make sense. As you can see, that's the Migos right there. I think we're missing one of those members, right? This is Mrs. Michelle Lamy, and I'm sure this picture right here tells 1,000 words in itself, right? If you don't know about the controversy behind Usher or why I'm showing you this lady, I'll fill you in. There was a photo of Usher that was released just recently. And in that photo, you can clearly see that it looked nothing like Usher to even begin with. I'm sure everybody's up to date about the cloning process that's rumored to happen in the industry, right? I know it sounds crazy, right? I'm sure we all sound like conspiracy theorists, I get it. But why do you think they made a show called Who Cloned Tyrone? People really need to start thinking outside the box. This is A$AP Rocky's wife, Rihanna. If this photo in itself doesn't tell you that there's some weird shit going on, I really don't know what will. But this lady right here has a lot of controversy behind her name. But as you can see, Michelle Lamy is a French culture and fashion figure. She's been a clothing designer, a performer, film producer, and more, and is the wife of none other than Rick Owens. Does anybody know who Rick Owens is? Because God, once you dig a little deep, you can't stop digging. And then you start to find things that you really thought you would never find in the first place. Things that you actually can't present openly here on TikTok anymore, and reasons of why I actually started a Twitter profile. Do look for my link in the bio. But the fact that Usher is heavily associated with this woman just tells me everything I need to know.
What if I went to your parents' house right now? What would they tell me?
Oh, I'd be terrified. If you went to my parents' house, they couldn't see me.
How did your sisters get like this?
Okay.
Your parents chained them up?
Yes, because they stole food.
Okay.
But they stole it because they were hungry.
You make sure to save these, okay?
Okay, I will.
Don't get rid of those.
I will. I won't.
Okay. Can you do me a favor? Take a seat in the back of my car?
Yes.
We're going to go around the corner, okay?
Okay.
Take a seat back here, okay?
By this point, the deputy's heard enough. He radios for backup and escorts Jordan to the police car to be driven to the family home. He reassures her she doesn't have to see her parents. On the way over to the house, Deputy Kalachi asks Jordan a few more questions.
Do you have any injuries?
What's injuries?
Are you hurt?
Oh, no, not right now.
Okay. Are your parents sleeping?
No, I think they're up. They probably noticed me missing.
Have you ever tried to escape before?
Yes, I have. How much would it cost to take me to Nevada? Nevada? No, not Las Vegas, just Nevada. Just the border, just at the very beginning of Nevada. Yeah. How much would it cost? Huh? No. No, I'm 18. Okay, a couple hundred? I'm not going. I'll take a bus. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
And what happens when you try to?
My parents never tried to. My parents never caught. But my older sister had run away, and she caught her. And she was, I think, just turned 20.
Yeah.
And her sister caught her, brought her back home, and she got in so much trouble.
Has anybody ever been to your house before to check on your welfare? Have any of your other siblings called the cops?
No. Yeah. Some of them have wanted to, but they're too terrified.
Did you call the police?
I know, I didn't have a chance to get it home yet. This is the first chance I got to tell them back. But I got this home probably like less than a month ago. But the next chance I got to call and run away was...
How did you get a phone?
Okay, it's my brother's phone. He was going to throw it away, and it wasn't used. And so I needed a way to call 911, and I asked my sister, would that be okay? And because we don't know much, and so And my
Why don't you know much?
older sister.
Why don't you know much?
We don't go around. Our parents never tell us things. When we hear stuff, we're shocked. It took forever for us to figure out what our parents does against the law. It took forever.
And even the 29-year-old doesn't know this?
Okay, the 29-year-old does. She knew it for a long time, but I think she's scared.
The sister, 29-year-old Jennifer Turpin, had in fact tried to escape once when the Turpin family lived in Texas, but without any form of education or identification, she was eventually forced to return home, where she was promptly punished.
Is there a phone number to that phone?
I don't think there is.
How did you call 911?
Well, you can call 911.
Oh.
Sure, any phone that, even if it's not connected to 911, you can call 911.
So your parents, you're 17 years old?
Yes.
And throughout your whole life, you've never gone to school?
Right. I started first grade 2015 or 2016.
Uh-huh.
But,
How did you start first grade? Oh, in homeschool?
yes.
And you've never gone to school?
Right.
What else do your parents do to you guys?
Oh, my brother changed up too right now.
Why did you decide to leave today?
It was the next chance I got that I could stop.
How did you get a chance to get out?
Well, I was actually terrified. My mother was in the kitchen talking to the older one, and she was laughing and stuff. And I was terrified, but she just got real mad. She just was doing stuff to my little sister, and I was just like, well, she started saying that she was gonna just do stuff to us, and so I was just so scared, and I just left. I just went out the window.
So when you left right now, you left out the window?
Yes.
And your mom was awake when you...
She
was in the other room?
Yeah.
Does your dad have a gun? Are there any weapons in the house?
Yes, but they don't use it.
How long have your mom and dad been married?
I don't know, probably 20, I don't know. They got married when she...
Mom take you to the doctor?
Not all the time. There was one time we all went to the doctor, and that's because we were sick. And the doctor told us that if we were warned, like one day later, it would have been too late. She always waits for the last minute for everything.
Have the police ever got involved with this?
No.
Well, why don't you guys just leave the house?
Because we're terrified. We don't really have a way. Everyone's always looking. There's always somebody.
Well, you said your mom's always gone, right?
Right. But
well, why don't you just leave?
either she leaves one of the older ones there, and our house, it makes a beeping noise.
This beeping noise was actually just the low battery sound from the smoke detectors in the Turpin's home. It seems Jordan is under the impression that this was a signal from some sort of security system. At this point, the other officers pull up to the scene and Deputy Kalachi steps out of the car to direct them. It's now 7 a.m. and the sun has started to rise on this cool January morning when they approach the front door and knock loudly for a couple minutes.
Hi. Hello. Hi. Sorry about you.
How you guys doing?
Good. We got a call for a check the welfare here at your house. So
for what?
Check the welfare. So just basically check on everybody, make sure everybody's okay.
Yeah. Why? Do you guys have kids in the house?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind if we come in and just take a look, make sure everybody's safe and everything's okay?
Okay, what kind of call did you get?
Well, we got a call that there was a young female walking around saying that she...
Shout out to that brave young girl making an escape. It was crazy how she thought the smoke detector was like an ADT, security system of some sort. Sounds like serious trauma. I asked her what she heard and she was like, no, not right now. I'm sure the cops realized how evil her parents were.
Happy Birthday is witchcraft. Touch wood is an ancient magic ritual to summon the tree spirits. Turning the lights off and chanting happy birthday while blowing out candles and making a wish is a form of magic rituals. Black mirrors were used to contact spirits and we use them every single day. They were called scrying mirrors. Scry became screen. When you are praying, you are trying to cast a spell to change reality with your words. The word abracadabra translates to I will create with my words. This is why we call it spelling. It's a spell. Birthday rituals are making you age quicker. When we say how old are you, we are tricking our subconscious mind that we are old. When you jinx something, this is a jinn, which is an invisible creature within the astral planes.
Shout out to Revival of Wisdom. No more knocking on wood for me.
Did you know that we've been lied to about how our hearts work? Because if people found out the power of this magnet that is inside of us, they could not only pull any person towards them, but they could pull any experience, any dream that they want would just magnetize towards them. People would be too powerful. See, We were taught and conditioned to believe that the heart is just a pump, but it's actually an electromagnetic coil that can be unfolded. But they don't want you to see this image right here. And that's why it's so hard to find on Google. Scientists have actually measured that our hearts produce a significant electromagnetic field with each contraction. The way we work is a lie to mask our true potential and what we are as energetic beings. Reality you experience is determined by how much love you radiate outwards for the life that you currently live. And most people today, because they work jobs, because they're out of alignment with what they love, their passion, they are in service to themselves, not to the world. Therefore, in a perpetual downward spiral and not living their dream life. And that's how they get you.
Dang, I wasn't expecting it to be that deep. Because people are looking inward, it becomes a perpetual spiral. About the heart, I wonder if that's true. If you're able to untangle it and pull it out, would it really look like a coil? I do believe in electromagnetism, but yo, it reminds me of Iron Man with the freaking beam in his chest. I wonder if that was a part of the design. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah. Well, we got a call that there was a young female walking around saying that she came from a house over here. And we were able to find out that this was a house, and we just wanted to check and make sure everybody was okay.
Think that she came from here?
That's what she said.
From inside this house?
I think so. Otherwise, we wouldn't be knocking on your door.
Did she say her name?
I don't know. Did she say her name?
I don't know offhand, but we need to check.
We just need to check and make sure everybody's okay.
You'll notice the officers are careful not to mention Jordan by name, to not implicate her to her parents' faces.
Once we get in, make sure everything's okay. We'll get to your.
We have a lot where we're packing.
Okay,
We're getting ready to move.
No worries.
So it's a mess in here. So.
All right, that's fine.
We don't mind messes. We've been in
But I
worse.
mean,
How you doing, sir? I'm doing okay. Okay.
we were just in bed. I mean, like.
So most people are right now, so we expect you guys to be in bed.
Okay.
And no weapons in the house or anything like that?
I do have a gun that's locked. It's locked up.
Okay, locked up is good. We like that.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to come in and check, okay? We just want to make sure everybody's okay.
Do you have the search warrant or anything? Or
No, we don't need one, sir.
As the officers prepare to carry out a warrantless search of the premises, they have determined there are exigent circumstances surrounding the current situation. Courts will typically look at the time when officers make the warrantless search or seizure to evaluate whether, at that point in time, a reasonable officer at the scene would have believed it was urgent to act and impractical to secure a warrant. Courts may also consider whether the facts suggested that the suspect was armed and planning to escape, whether a reasonable police officer would believe their safety or other safety was threatened, and whether there was a serious crime involved. Police in hot pursuit of a fleeing criminal may also make use of the exigent circumstances exception. As officers push their way past the corpulent door jamb that is David, and ease their way into the large open home, they're shocked and horrified by what greets them. Every inch of the 2,388 square foot house's floor is covered in mounds of rotting food and moldering trash, while the powerful stench of human waste hangs in the humid air. Strangely, there also seems to be several dozen unopened boxes and packages of children's toys and brand new children's clothing complete with tags seen peeking out of the monstrous piles of garbage.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm sorry to bug you guys, but we just got this call. We all we do is we just check and make sure everybody's okay. And
You got a call?
yeah, we got a call from, I'm not sure if it was the young girl that left or if it was a neighbor that saw her walking around the street. So we'll get to the bottom of it. As soon as we make sure everybody's okay, then we'll figure out if maybe she was one of your kids that wandered away. How many kids do you have?
13.
13 total?
Yeah.
Woo! You guys are busy.
Yeah.
Officers head to the back of the house to the children's bedrooms, 2 tiny back rooms, the first crammed with narrow bunk beds, but otherwise empty, and the second, which is crammed with both bunk beds and a filthy mattress, which is sitting on the floor with 2 little girls sitting listlessly on top.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, girls. Can I see your wrist? Yeah.
Which one? Look.
Okay.
The officers believe they found the room featured in Jordan's phone pictures, but there's only one thing missing, the actual chains. The children, obviously frightened and wary of the strangers, give no answers, though eventually one does point them surreptitiously to a sliding closet door. Meanwhile, Officer Ogden is still by the door with David and Luis, distracting them with questions and small talk.
Where are you guys planning on moving to?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
Yeah.
That's a long way away. Yeah. You guys know family over there or anything like that?
My job's moving.
Oh, okay. What do you do for work?
I'm an engineer.
Finally, as his eyes have adjusted to the gloom, Officer Ogden notices something to his left and suddenly realizes David Turpin may have had a reason to be awkwardly standing in that particular spot in the entryway.
Is this another bedroom back here? Yeah. You got another couple kiddos asleep there?
Yeah.
Sarge, you got another room in the front right here with 2 kiddos in the bed.
Officers enter the previously unnoticed third bedroom, where they find a boy who is chained by his wrists and ankles to the top bunk bed. Back in the girls' room, Officer Rodriguez slides open the closet door and looks inside.
All right, let's just go ahead and detain the parents at this point. Ma'am, why don't you step over here for a minute? Okay, with you. And sir, step over here for a second. Just step over with my partner here for a second. You got any weapons on you?
No.
Turn around real quick, I'm gonna check you out. Do me a favor, face that window over here.
This one?
Yep. All right, sir, go ahead. I'm gonna have you turn over here. We're gonna walk outside, all right?
Can I get my house shoes?
Where's your shoes at?
There. Luis, you have to in the...
We'll have to find them for right now. Let's just walk out and we'll get you something, all right?
In the bedroom or the...
All right, well, we got the other stuff we're dealing with, and we'll try to find you them, okay? You don't have any weapons on you.
Nothing hidden in the bra or anything. Okay, just making sure, because we have some people that do that, so we just want to make sure.
Like I said, I've never been in trouble.
Okay.
This is a first for me.
Okay. Well,
I don't understand.
I'll explain everything as soon as we make sure everybody's safe. Okay. Now, let me ask you.
Yes.
Quickly, are there keys to the little locks?
Yes.
Okay, where are they?
My son and daughter can get them.
Okay.
That's in the house.
The ones that are in the house, they know where they are?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Is that what this is about?
Well, that's part of it, yeah, definitely. We need to make sure that the kids are safe and that they're not tied up.
I know, that's understandable, but I can explain that.
This is mine, so go ahead and put her in that one.
While the parents are being detained, officers still inside the house begin a desperate search to find the key to free the chained child.
Does it work on his?
I know the other one, that's what I was saying. The other one is in there. It looks different than that, but it's the same size. It's in the drawer that I was in.
And that's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. If you haven't already, please take a second
just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell,
just to make sure the algorithm knows what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.